Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be unpacking a totally fascinating real-life story about perception, hidden potential, and honestly, the massive blind spots that pretty much all of us carry around in our professional lives. We often think we know exactly who the experts are in any given room, right? But the story we're looking at today, it completely shatters that assumption. It's a really compelling reminder that brilliance doesn't always wear a tailored suit.
So I want you to be entirely honest with yourself for a second. Do you judge a person by their clothes? Or, say, by their job title? I mean, it's human nature, right? We make snap judgments. We categorize people based on what they're wearing or what task they happen to be doing at the moment. But as we're about to see, that instinct can be incredibly costly. Keep this question in the back of your mind as we head over to a corporate office in Chicago where this exact bias was put to the ultimate test. Section 1. The Sinking Chicago Tech Company, a Desperate Fight for Survival.
Okay, so picture this. We're in Chicago looking at this one successful legacy tech company. But the glory days? Yeah, they are firmly in the rear-view mirror. The atmosphere in this office is just heavy. The air is literally thick with anxiety. And the company is essentially bleeding money and morale day in and day out. Sales and profits aren't just dipping, they're in an absolute free fall. Customers are jumping ship left and right. The owners and managers are in full panic mode, just throwing every new strategy and management plan they can think of at the wall, but absolutely nothing is sticking. And because of this endless cycle of failure, there is just widespread despair among the employees. The folks working there are completely convinced they're on a sinking ship, basically just waiting around for the inevitable day the doors close forever.
Section 2. The Courier Gets Mocked. A clash of egos in the office.
So it's just another ordinary, tense day in the struggling office when a courier walks in. He's just wearing a simple, standard uniform, carrying a small packet for delivery, and surprisingly, he's got this really confident smile on his face. After dropping off his package at the reception desk, he overhears a group of employees complaining. They're actively predicting the company's downfall, loudly declaring that it's going to shut down in a few months and that no one can save it now. But rather than just walking away, the courier stops. He looks at this group of cynical employees, smiles warmly, and tells them calmly, if the right strategy is adopted, this company can become number one again. Just imagine that scene for a second. A delivery driver in a basic uniform confidently telling a group of corporate tech employees that their doomed company can actually climb all the way back to the top. Well, as you might guess, the employees don't just dismiss him. They openly mock him. The entire office just erupts into laughter. One employee sarcastically tells him to stick to his deliveries, asking if carrying packages magically makes someone a business expert. It's this massive clash of egos. These professionals feel entirely insulted that a guy in a courier uniform would dare offer them strategic hope. But the fascinating part? The courier remains totally unfazed. He just stands there, calm and quiet, absorbing their ridicule without an ounce of anger. Section 3. The owner's big decision. A desperate leap of faith.
As this awkward, tense laughter is ringing out through the office, the owner of the company happens to walk by and overhears the whole exchange. Now remember, the owner is a guy who has completely run out of options. He literally has nothing left to lose. So, intrigued by the courier's strange confidence in the face of all this mockery, he steps in, stops the laughing employees, and asks the courier directly, "If you have such a great idea, tell us what we should do." The courier agrees, and what follows is absolutely remarkable. For the next hour, this delivery man lays out highly practical, deeply effective steps. First up, an immediate revamp of the company website to modernize their digital presence. Second, entirely new, highly targeted marketing strategies. And third, direct, actionable solutions to the exact problems their customers were complaining about. The owner is just amazed by the depth of this knowledge. And when he asks the courier how he knows all this, the man just smiles humbly and says he has a little bit of experience.
Section 4. The company's brilliant comeback. From the brink of collapse to industry leader. The crazy thing is, the owner doesn't just listen, he acts. He implements every single suggestion the courier made over the following weeks, and the tide completely turns for this dying tech firm. Let's map out this staggering timeline because it's wild. 1 hour of advice from a mysterious delivery man sparks an incredible chain reaction. Within just 6 months, the bleeding stops, the company is saved from closure, sales start climbing, new customers are flooding in, and profits are rising again. Fast forward to exactly 1 year later, and this business, which was literally on the brink of collapse, is now officially recognized as the fastest growing company in their entire sector. Just a brilliant, unbelievable turnaround.
Section 5. The true identity revealed. The success party twist. So, with such a monumental victory under their belt, the company decides to throw a massive 1 year anniversary party to celebrate their survival and newfound dominance. I mean, every employee, executive, and investor is in the room. The energy is absolutely electric. During the event, the owner steps up to the microphone. He tells the crowd that the real credit for their survival belongs to one person, the man who gave them the exact right direction during their darkest hour. And to the shock of the entire room, the owner calls the mysterious Courier up to the stage. He wasn't just a courier, guys. He was the founder and CEO of one of America's largest, most successful tech companies. The entire hall just falls dead silent. The realization hits the room like a shockwave. And those employees? The ones who had laughed in his face, who had mocked him for wearing a uniform and told him to stick to carrying packages, they immediately bow their heads in deep, overwhelming shame.
Section 6. The true lesson. The billionaire's undercover philosophy. Taking the microphone, the billionaire CEO explains his undercover philosophy to the stunned crowd. He reveals that he actually frequently dresses as an ordinary worker to visit different businesses. Why? Because he wants to see the unvarnished truth of the corporate world. He wants to see exactly how people treat those they consider beneath them, and he really wants to observe how people approach real-world problems when they think no one important is watching. He looks out at the silent crowd and delivers this core message. The day you stop judging a person by their clothes or job, you will walk the true path to success. In that single moment, every person in that hall learned a permanent lesson. Knowledge, talent, and profound experience, they are never bound to a job title, a fancy corner office, or a specific uniform. Brilliance can walk through the door wearing absolutely anything. So the next time you cross paths with an ordinary person, a delivery driver, a janitor, maybe a barista, what's your perspective going to be? Are you just going to see a uniform, or will you recognize that the person standing right in front of you might just hold the exact insights you need to change your life? Never underestimate anyone, because the person you are tempted to dismiss today could very well be the one holding the keys to your success tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me for today's explainer, and keep looking for that hidden brilliance in everyday life. See you next time.